blood crimes. We must get rid of them.
There's a lot of crime happening in this shot here.
Yeah, like if you just turned around.
So this is Batter Cop.
I can tell.
I like them.
We're just gonna linger on that. A lot of blood crimes went on in there.
There's a new sheriff in town, folks. Sheriff Bloodborne.
Alright. Okay, so...
I see you have the pizza
the
cutter.
pizza
yeah,
weapon.
we're using the pizza cutter. We're gonna go into the Thumaru Chalice.
What? I'm sorry? Oh, Gesundheit.
Yeah, sorry, sneeze there. So Chalice dungeons are dungeons you can go into outside of the base game. They have some relations to the base game itself, but Chalice dungeons suck is the thing. So I can understand why Kobuddy didn't play any of them.
Yeah, no, I'm not doing it.
Yeah, so Batter Cop is my character. So the main thing is, before release, they advertised that a lot of these Chalice dungeons were randomly generated. The one we're doing right now is not. And,
yeah, that's like all I remember. Before I knew what Bloodborne was, like, I thought it was just this. I was like, wow, a lot of random generation in this Bloodborne game.
So we're gonna show a thing. That Kobuddy also didn't show. Which we're gonna get pumped.
Yeah.
And then we're going to swear an oath to the league. And then we're going to set ourselves a nice password. Alright, so
now everybody knows the secret.
Passwords were a thing they added in Dark Souls, or in Bloodborne first, then Dark Souls 3 had them. They let you co-op with specific people who also have the password in. And it foregoes the level cap search, so that you don't have to worry about what level you are. So I'm gonna summon my stand, but it'll take a little bit.
Yeah, I saw the live recording of this stream. It was
So I do want to note that this part is actually sped up.
Oh no!
About 2.5 times speed. So it's
yeah, you can see the messengers are
headbanging. But sort of slow.
Yeah, they're bobbing furiously.
We're gonna take a nice little sit down.
Yeah, I watched the live recording of this. It took a good... It took a good while for, Goglor to show up.
Some top hats here.
Engage in some high-speed camera spinning.
Oh my god. I'm just gonna sit here and admire the chat on the left side of the sync tube, where user 1990 Zombie and user 2014 Zimbambo talk about whatever was going on before this video.
That was Torlon, for the record. If that
sorry.
make more sense.
Did you think I was insulting Torlon?
Oh my gosh.
These are all beautiful methods. Somebody said, "Damn it, CompuFreak," it wasn't even me. It appears to have been Grand Cheater. That's pretty good.
Yeah, which I don't know what I did, but I probably deserved that.
Also, I see the last message here is Phoenix posting "You died, Blood Echoes reclaimed," which is a good sign.
I don't even think that was in reference to Bloodborne. We were watching anything Bloodborne related, so... finally!
We found our stand.
Oh. They got little hats. They're finally in fashion.
I'm really happy that we found someone so I can use joy twice.
Is this always how it goes? Does it always take...
My stand, Batter Cop.
Batter Cop and Batter Cop. They're cops.
Alright, so this Chalice dungeon, this is the first one, obviously. It's really, really, really easy, actually, by comparison to the rest of them. Yeah, you may remember back when you went through, I think it was like right after Gascoigne. Or was it before or after Gascoigne? You found the Chalice. It was pretty early on in the game.
Yeah.
All right, so I deliberately got myself I had to buy another whirly jigsaw because my other one at the time was at +9, and that would just like it's already going to be pretty trivial as it is, but like it would really trivialize it.
Yeah. This.
Ooh.
What is this?
Legends of the Hidden Temple.
Yeah, what about Sin's Fortress?
Yeah, this and like
There's all these like regular ass hollows here.
Mm-hmm.
this and the other, like the next two are the only ones I did.
There is precisely 2 trophies that require trophy challenge. One is beating a certain boss, and the other one's getting a weapon that you can only get in here. So.
Are these enemies unique to the Chalice dungeons?
Yes.
Some of them are. But you may notice, like, the bell ringing woman, that's...
Yeah.
Somewhere a door to the old labyrinth is open. Where? Nobody knows.
Do we know anything about the development cycle of this game? Like, was this first? Was this last? Because it seems very like, oh, this was made before the rest of the game.
Oh, whoops. But I want to say Chalice dungeons were like a later thing, because you can see there's some areas where they're not quite done, especially the ones that are randomly generated. It really just works. But like I said, this one isn't randomly generated. Every time, after some of the more recent patches, they made it so that every Chalice dungeon that isn't a root Chalice dungeon has a quality on it called Shared Fixed Dungeon, which makes it so co-op is a little bit easier to do. Because it used to be that like ones that didn't have that quality, or ones that were before a certain patch, they have a glyph, which is a series of letters and numbers that you can use to get into the same Chalice dungeon as someone else. Sort of like a weird password. In root dungeons, giving someone the same glyph will give them the same seed, so it'll generate the same way. But we're not really going to be doing much of the root Chalice dungeons, because they're just sort of extra things for people who want to not have fun.
Well, that's a shame. Because we're all about fun here.
Sure, yeah.
Alright, so,
Fun and good boy.
Definitely not.
And Teen Vampires.
whenever you pull a lever, you'll open one of these doors with these special lights next to them. We'll, just head on into our first boss. It's the Undead Giant. This guy's a chump.
So, literally just an undead.
Yep. And he's already
This isn't Bloodborne anymore.
almost down.
Yeah,
Things
this
are
is
going
like
great. This guy is a total chump, and rip Battercop.
this is almost like World of Warcraft or something. Like,
And
I like the candles on his back and the sides on his hands.
or what's that game that's like that has the same like visual style as World of Warcraft, but it's about like death and angels and the 4 horsemen of the apocalypse.
Kingdoms of Amalur?
Darksiders.
Darksiders.
Oh,
It's like
okay.
Darksiders.
Alright, so that was only the first floor of the Thumer Chalice. And it was okay. So we're just gonna go on right into the next one. Too bad about Battercop though.
Yeah.
We'll never see
Good
him
thing
again.
Battercop is still alive.
So I
Sweet
should
labyrinth.
point out, we decided, me and my co-op partner Stodler, decided in advance that we would both be Battercop. One difference: my name is in all caps, his is not.
That's how you can tell the difference.
Oh my gosh.
Well, that and I'm dressed like the fucking Undertaker from WWE or something.
Yeah, it's really good. I mean, who else would Battercop look like? It's real. There's a lot of real good stuff happening. in
This
this.
LP has created so many good character creations.
But see, the thing is, like, you know, there's a lot of blood criminals hanging out in here, and we can't have that.
This is really, you know, the real ethos behind the Hunters, I think. You know, like, Bleak Soul and Kevin,
Guys.
they're so emotional, and, like, they don't really have, like, a coherent message, but Battercop and Battercop, they have a strong moral fiber that is what Yharnam needs, in my opinion.
These aren't the hunters that Yharnam deserves.
Oh, whoops!
But they're the hunters Yharnam needs.
I stepped on a dude summoning rock or something. I don't know. I've never really been able to tell where like the stuff is that activates that, and it's very inconsistent.
That's like a fucking Dungeons of... I was gonna say Dungeons of Dreadmore, but I'm thinking of the other dungeon crawl game.
Dungeon Mans?
No. First person.
Oh,
Legends of Grimrock?
Legends of Grimrock.
Grimrock!
Grimrock, yeah.
Yeah, that's like a Grimrock style trap.
It is.
You just walk into a room.
Those games are good, though. This is Chalice Dungeons. We don't have time to do good things.
Fair.
Wow, y'all are real down on these Chalice dungeons.
Oh,
This-
believe me,
They're
you'll
boring!
see. It gets bad.
This is rough because, like, I remember so much hype about it. Like, I remember that being, I don't know if it was, like, the E3 demo or, like, something that was like, oh, man, this is gonna be super cool, Chalice dungeons, and
Well, like
it was
some
not.
bosses and enemies in Chalice Dungeons are really cool. Also, Badman. Like some Chalice Dungeon bosses, some Chalice Dungeon enemies are pretty cool. Some of the later Chalice Dungeons have really cool themes. And the blood gems you get from the later Chalice Dungeons are, by and large, the best blood gems you will ever get. Like, we're talking, like, attack up plus 20-something%. Also, Godlord got the lever while I wasn't looking, so...
Somewhere.
Nice
Yeah,
job.
somewhere.
Nice job, Battercop.
Another thing that's kind of a problem with these is kind of a lot of the lore that goes with, like, before Yharnam existed is tied to these Chalice dungeons.
So before the whole blood healing thing.
Like,
like-
oh, go ahead.
Like, the thing is that, like, they bring up all this lore about how Yharnam came to be, but, like, the basically the lore explanation for why these Chalice dungeons are even here is just like, oh, we found some shit, and that's neat.
Yeah. Like, in the main game, you've probably seen several references to, like, Thumeria.
Mm-hmm.
That comes up a lot more in these Chalice dungeons.
You guys are just wandering around in the
Yeah, we're
dark.
fucking lost as hell, and that's gonna be a theme.
So it's not that different from the main LP.
Yeah,
Well-
it's real easy to get lost in this place, like,
Okay.
and they made it particularly dark.
To be fair, DVAC,
Oh.
it's only in, like, 2 areas.
Also, hey, check out this boss. 3 regular enemies.
Oh.
Like, I said I purposefully, like, underpowered
Yeah.
myself for this. Look at how much damage I'm doing.
Yeah, those are just the butcher guys.
It's time to cut the pizza.
Alright, so one's got a club, one's got, like, the butcher knife, and one's got a gun.
It's
Shit.
it's basically the reverse Shadows of Yharnam.
Well,
What if Shadows of Yharnam was big and slow and bad?
Here's your strategy for that fight. Hit them, and they die. And that's it.
What if it had no snakes?
Thank you for buying the Prima strategy guide for Bloodborne.
So the difficulty curve for this is very slow. I'm getting the impression of.
And, like, we're gonna do this one, and then, like, the next one, which is not in this video. Like, the next one is pretty easy, and then it takes a hard right turn into difficulty land.
Oh no.
And then eventually they start adding in extra finger quotes fun gimmicks. Like later on, one of the Chalice dungeons we'll do actually has a gimmick where half of the points you have in vitality just don't matter.
Wow.
Like it literally reduces your maximum health by half.
Wow.
You know,
Why?
because that's fun.
Yeah, good video game design.
Yeah. So we gotta make this hard somehow. People expect that from us.
It's Miyazaki on a Friday night, huh?
Shit, our deadline is here. Make it hard somehow. Let's see. Toggle switch is player FUD. Yes.
Dragon. Did we do a dragon? No, that wouldn't work.
Hey, once again, welcome to Batter Cop.
Episode 3 of Batter Cop.
Did his outfit change?
Yeah, God Lord's doing a thing where he changes outfits.
I like the matter of factness of it. Like, man, I never change my clothes, but this guy, get a load of him changing his clothes every day.
Well, he's not following the Batter Cop.
You might
creed.
remember this thing.
He wants to clean
yeah.
himself of blood crimes, whereas I never want to forget what blood crimes I have stopped.
Oh my god.
So by the end of this video, I'll be like solid red.
So what you're trying to say is like you're the veteran Batter Cop, and he's like
Deputy Batter Cop,
the deputy Batter Cop. I see.
which is saying something because he's
like
twice
it's
my
his
level.
first time on the force. It's first day on the force, and you know he's very straight edge and learned, but he doesn't know the real face of crime, blood crime.
He came up, you know, he's got a fancy Bergenworth education, but this Batter Cop, you know, he grew up on the streets of Yarnum.
You gotta know blood crimes to stop blood crimes. Just ask Commissioner Dearman.
This is a good AU, I like it.
Is it
This is much better than the Bleak Soul.
The
AU.
top
Yeah.
AU.
TBH, yeah.
is it really an AU or is it just like past?
You know, it's a blur.
So yeah, like check out this nice big area that they made for this Chalice dungeon. I can't see a damn thing. And I don't know where the fuck I'm going.
It looks like Dark Souls 3.
Oh wait, that guy's got a torch for. Oh no.
And a lot of the stuff they did with like Chalice dungeons, they basically just said, "Hey, let's not make them randomly generated, and we can basically take these areas and like refine them." And they did that to make some of the areas in Dark Souls 3.
Oh.
So like they took what they learned from this horrible mistake, and also Ghost. But fuck Ghost. Ghosts are just like the aftermath of blood crimes. See, they had 12 Quicksilver bullets. Quicksilver bullets are powered by blood, but those weren't theirs. They didn't have a gun.
They didn't even have blood. They're a
No
ghost.
bullets, no blood, no gun.
Therefore, I'm pretty certain that's a blood crime.
So
Carrying
After
blood
all-
ammunition without a
after
blood
all,
permit.
I am an expert on blood crimes, and therefore am judge, jury, and executioner with regards to them.
Okay, Blood Judge Dredd.
Blood dread.
Blood dread.
Blood dread. I like it.
Oh my god. So what's a blood crime here?
You found mold.
in this
Congratulations.
Pretty mu-
messed up town.
And pretty much not being Batter Cop, that's a blood crime.
It's a good rule to live by.
Bleak Soul is
It's a
committed.
good thing your friend is. Yeah.
Bleak Soul is like you turn to the law the Yarnum law book, and it like there's a definition of blood crime. And it's just not a picture of Bleak Soul and it's small. And in the corner, a smaller picture of Kevin.
And then like fucking.
I love this like
He lifts his head up from the book. And he like turns slightly, and we pan over to what he's looking at, and it's the wanted board, and it just has a giant ass picture of Bleak Soul.
It's just got two arrows, and it says these are a blood crime.
I love this like discussion of
We'll get 'em
how
one day.
our OCs feel about each other. Bleak Soul
great.
obviously has no time for Batter Cop or Batter Cop. He's just like they're just beneath him, you know. Kevin's
so, like-
terrified of them.
Like my Batter Cop is like scaled roughly for the end game. Like you saw when we started the video, you know, the Hunter stream's on fire. God Lord's in like New Game +2.
Oh wow.
So he's like level 200. And like it does do some degree of scaling down when you summon people who are vastly higher level than you. And like we made sure to use weapons that were not upgraded that much at all. And it's like, man, but hey, bonus area.
Woo!
There's probably tertiary blood crimes in here.
Circumstantial blood crimes.
Lesser blood crimes.
Can't have
so he
that.
has like blood jaywalking.
Blood misdemeanors, really.
Oh my god.
This is the
Oh, wait, no, that's assault.
Oh yeah, that's. Never mind. This is gone full on in the first degree blood crime.
Yep, we're setting up an investigation here. Oh, kidnapping? That's a blood crime.
Work so hard to keep the blood off the streets.
Well, about that.
He tries so hard to keep the blood off the streets, but he can't keep all of it off the streets.
No, that's blood, not the Bloods.
So yeah, Chalice
Blood
dungeons.
crime gang war.
They're
Yeah,
pretty
like
they're pretty samey actually.
Yeah.
A lot of the treasure you'll find in here will just be materials for more Chalice dungeons. So they were kind of banking on you really liking these things, but also like they wanted you to get all the stuff you needed in one to go to the next. And it starts out just fine. Like we're gonna get through like the first few Thumerian Chalice dungeons pretty easy. And then eventually things are gonna be like, well, now you gotta go into this entirely different Chalice dungeon for this.
oh dear. Like occasionally we see an area that has some interesting set dressing design, but for the most part it looks kind of samey.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we can't see it.
Yeah, a lot of it is we can't see it because it's really dark in here. Like, I don't have my brightness settings like turned down or anything. This place is just fucking dark.
You got lost, didn't
thankfully-
you?
I'm trying to remember. It's like, did we do the thing? And it's like, yeah, we did the thing. So we gotta find our way back through this fucking labyrinthine ass area where everything looks the goddamn same. And
Just follow the corpses.
so we're gonna go somewhere, and hopefully we'll end up at boss place. But then I remember it's like, oh yeah, we're in like the side area, so as soon as we find our way out, we get right back to the boss.
Wow, rude.
Fuck that statue in particular.
Yeah, those statues are fun because if you step on a pressure plate, it'll hit you with a flaming arrow that does like 1 billion points of damage.
Nice.
Oh my god.
And that's gonna be kind of like the theme of Chalice Dungeons is stuff hits really hard for no reason.
It's very dungeony for sure, with traps and stuff like that.
Yeah, like I was bringing up Legend of Grimrock because it seems very dungeon crawl.
But we finally made it out of that mess.
Oh, hey, it's the hallway.
The blood crime dimension.
Tertiary blood crime
Coming up.
room.
Now we're coming up onto a prime blood crime.
Climb. Blood crime.
Also,
crime.
look at me.
Start your trial. Okay, you look like the fucking judge from Who Framed Roger Rabbit if he was covered in blood.
Oh, the chin, so strong.
There's very little of me that is not covered in the remnants of blood crime. Alright, let's find a dog.
Oh my god.
So this is a new one, right?
This is
Yeah.
And this guy is pretty tough on your first playthrough if you don't know that you can like actually like Monster Hunter style break his parts.
Huh. That's not blood. He seems to be made of lava.
Yes.
This is a Dark Souls.
Yeah,
This
this
is
is
a
a Dark
Dark
Souls.
So like break all its parts, don't get exploded like I did there.
Like, he's even the watchdog of the old lords. Lords of what? Lord of Fire?
Yeah, when he gets down to low health, he goes into like more explosions mode, where he just blows up more often. A lot of his hits, a lot of his attacks can hit you really hard, but when you break apart, you stun him for one time.
Okay.
But that's that. We'll get to see him later.
That's not a good sign.
But cool.
Do you have to refight bosses in this?
yeah, you
Yeah.
do.
Oh. Well, I mean, I guess it's procedurally generated.
Bye, Battercop.
We love you and your new cannon.